Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight for the High Voltage Racing League, presented by RK Productions. Tonight's going to be pretty interesting. Got a fairly small field here tonight, and I say that, but the action should be pretty good as most of the times here in qualifying have been pretty close. But before we get to that, I'd like to show the chase grid here, because as we get closer to the cutoff point, not a lot of movement, but one thing to note here, Casey Shue has taken that final transfer spot from Carlos Acosta from last week. 1 point difference there, but Carlos tweeting earlier today that most likely he would not get back to the track due to some computer issues. So it's looking like that spot's going to be all locked up. And another change here, Thomas Bressi is past Briar LaPrade in terms of position in where everyone's going to start in the chase. So other than that, not too much of a shake-up. So it's looking like this is what you're going to see as we move into the chase for the championship. So Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight, 166 laps around here. Again, fairly small field, but I'm thinking we're probably going to see a lot of action due to how close these times are, and you'll see it across the board here. It's looking actually going to be probably a 9-car field here tonight. You can see up there Nate Lackme did not make a qualifying time, and most likely will not tonight, planning to start and park due to not having some equipment. So expect him to make the first lap and then pull it down pit road. Trevor Polo, last week's winner, current pole sitter as of right now, with a 29.007, so almost getting into the 28-second mark, and not sure he's gonna quite make it there with how the track has changed throughout qualifying, but you can see not much time left. So one thing to note tonight, just like last week, it'll be a solo run here in the broadcast with me, so Race Clark not able to make tonight. And we mentioned 166 laps here tonight. Looking at about, from what the drivers told us earlier, about 75 to 80 laps these guys are going to be able to run on fuels. So shouldn't see a lot of cautions here tonight. Again, with only what's going to be a 9-car field. So doing a little bit of math here in my head, that should be about 1 stop, possibly 2. Have to see how far these guys can actually push it on fuel. But so far, from what we've seen here in practice today, 2 dominant cars have been Trevor Apollo and Justin Krasniewski there. Justin in the 3rd position in terms of where we'll line up tonight. I believe he was 2nd on board in practice, so overall the 9 and the 4 are going to be the 2 cars to watch out for tonight. Again, Trevor Polo been strong all season long. Got his 3rd win last week at the Glen, and looking to get win number 4 here. Now it's interesting to see these guys running the high side. I know this track can be a fairly low-sided or low lane preferred track, and you can see sun's still out here in Charlotte. So I believe that's probably going to make the track just a little bit slicker. I've seen a couple guys in practice lose it off turn 4. Where Trevor just came off, so be interesting to see how the sun affects everyone here. And obviously, you can see with Thomas Bressi running the lower line there, guys are going to have multiple grooves. It's looking like tonight. Not sure how well that high side's going to pay off for Trevor. We'll have to see how it works come race time. But with 20 seconds left, and it's looking like only 3 cars left on track. With 10 seconds left, we'll go through the grid here real quickly. As we said, Trevor Polo going to start on pole here tonight. Briar LaPrade looking to take 2nd. Chester Gibson 3rd. Justin Krasniewski 4th, so he's going to lose 1 spot. Cole Bagunia 5th. Michael Malone 6th. Thomas Bressi 7th. Casey Shue 8th. Tyler Hensley 9th. And Nate Lackme 10th. And again, Nate's not going to run the whole race tonight. Looking to make 1 lap and then pull off. Qualifying just wrapping up. Be 1 pace lap around here, and then we set to go for 166 laps tonight. This will be our first of 2 runs here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the high voltage race. When we come back here, it'll be 200 miles, so 133 laps. So you can think of this as the very miniature Coca-Cola 600. Again, not going to be as long as that, obviously, but going to be longer in length than when we come back here in the chase. Not sure if that race will be under the lights. Imagine it would, but we'll have to see when we come back here. So these guys are going to grid up, and going to be a very long race here tonight. This track can somewhat vary on whether it's a rhythm racetrack or not. It's going to really depend on which line you take here. Again, all the time I've been here, it's been a low groove dominated racetrack, but obviously we're seeing tonight that that high lane may be able to come in. So it'll be interesting to see how well that works out. I know some of the times I've taken that groove, it's not been the fastest, but you know, Trevor Polo has a lot of skill here, especially in the Xfinity cars, and can make that skill useful tonight. Seen there, and it's looking like Briar LaPrade gonna start. Actually, no, he did not grid up. Saying maybe start on pit road, but that's not going to be the case. He's not going to make the grid tonight. I'm not quite sure what's happening in the 18 camp, but have to see here. Yeah, he was starting on pit road, so obviously he feels that this race may be a little sketchy on the start, or maybe he's just actually missed the grid. Don't imagine he would miss it starting second, so probably just got to the old cockpit a little bit too late. So that'll make the front row Trevor Polo starting on pole, and then Justin Krasniewski starting second. 2 cars who were fastest in practice, so it'll be interesting to see what Krasniewski can do here. Qualified 4th, but as we said earlier in the week on Wednesday, it's not about where you qualify or where you practice. It's going to be where you can run in the race. So it's going to be all about race run speed. So pace car should be pulling around this time by, and then we'll be set for 166 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. So there you go. Pace car is off. Going to leave the field in the hands of Trevor Polo. Green flag is out, and we're away. Pretty even start there by the 4 and the 9. Going to be side by side as we enter turn 1. 66 of Chester Gibson, a little bit loose there. It looked like he hit the apron just a little bit. Still side by side down the back straightaway there between the 9 and the 66. Trevor going to get to that outside line. As you can see, Chester's just going to power around on that that inside line. So Chester Gibson going to lead lap 1 here. And Justin Krasniewski following behind him. Krasniewski looked like he was going to try and stick the nose in there. It's looking like Rapolo's losing a couple spots there on that outside line. Probably trying to make that inside or that outside come in a little bit. Try and get some rubber in there and see what he can do later in the race. But as you can see, he's going to pull down to the inside in 3 and 4. So Chester Gibson going to take an early lead here, but not far behind him, the 4 of Justin Krasniewski. And as I stated earlier, you're going to want to watch out for that 4 Justin Krasniewski. Really good anywhere we go here on the circuit. And Krasniewski going to do the crossover here, going to get the nose in underneath the 66. And should have the speed to clear him off forward. Yes, he will. So early here, already 2 lead changes here. The 4 Justin Krasniewski going to take an early lead here. Pole sitter Trevor Polo, one of the other cars we wanted to watch out for here tonight. So far has lost 2 positions there. Not by his fault, I don't believe. It's just him trying to get that outside line working. And, not quite sure if it'll happen tonight with what I've seen here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway and how really how unuseful that outside line has been. As we said earlier, Nate Lackery going to pull into pit road here. Gonna be a start and park, so made one lap around and comes down to his box. A little bit of connection issues there for the Ford Justin Krasniewski. Just small little blinks, but overall not going to be too bad there. So the field all spread out now, single file, and we got 9 cars in the field tonight, still running. And that 9 and Trevor Polo ran around the middle to outside groove there. Seemed like he pulled a little bit on Cole Bagugna there. And it's looking like he's just trying to get it in 1 and 2 as of right now, is not really leaving the bottom in 3 and 4. So Briar LaPrade, who had missed the grid here, just coming off of 4 now, about 16 seconds off the lead pack there. So he's hoping for caution early here, and don't think he's going to get it, at least not too early in the race here tonight. So an unfortunate start here by the 18 Briar LaPrade. Missed the initial gridding, and was supposed to start second, so currently 9th on the field tonight. Back up front, not really missing a lot there. Trevor Polo almost into the outside wall there off of 2. And really just trying to make that outside line work, and really hoping he doesn't ruin a car doing it. As I said, yeah, he's kind of pulling away from Cole Bagugna there. That gap 0.4 of a second, and a couple laps prior, that 7 was on the rear bumper of the 9, so that time around the 9 kind of just in the middle groove. It's looking like we're going to get a side-by-side battle here between the 10 Michael Malone and the 24 of Thomas Bressi. Thomas going to get a better entry speed into 3. Michael Malone just going to stay right behind them. That's a battle for the 5th position there. And really looking at it tonight, shouldn't be a bad points night for any of these guys, depending on where they finish, because only 10 cars in the field tonight, not a lot of points to lose. Fairly close racing here tonight in terms of how spread out these guys are. Not a lot of gap between them. Besides Briar LaPrade, they're 16 seconds behind. The farthest back is about a second. That's I believe that's Casey Shute, Michael Malone. There we go. Casey actually with the new sponsor here tonight, Sun Energy One, on that 23 machine. Just behind him, the 25 there of Tyler Hensley, in the red vest, Lowe's Chevrolet. The best battle on track as of right now is the 24 and 10, and not quite an intense battle yet, but still very close between the two. Michael been working to try and get back to the back bumper and possibly put a nose underneath the 24 there for a couple laps. You can see Thomas trying to work that outside line just a little bit in 3 and 4. Not losing a lot of time with it, actually pulling away just a little bit on the 10 of Michael Malone. Middle line there in 1 and 2. And really surprising the speed he's having where he gets off the corner. Well, as I say that, here comes the 10, Michael Malone, all over the back bumper. Right on board here with the 10. Losing a little bit of speed there on the front straightaway, but last time around he was able to close just a little bit. Here coming off of 2. It's one thing I'm going to assume with running that middle line. You're not going to get the best exit speed off, but I could be wrong as more and more guys migrate to the top as we have a battle for the lead here. Between the 66, Chester Gibson trying to take it away from the 4, Justin Krasniewski. Justin led all but 2 laps so far in this race here tonight. Chester with the bottom there. Hit the apron just a little bit like he did at the start, so he's going to get a little loose there. He's going to allow the 4 Krasniewski to pull off just a little bit. And the 66 will have to pull in just behind. And while these two are battling side by side, I think there was a little bit of contact between the two. They're going to get side by side, and don't look now, here comes the 9 of Trevor Polo right behind them. It's right on board here with the 9. Wow, a lot of exit or middle speed there off of 2. Rapolo from the middle line gonna pull right by the 66 Chester Gibson. Now he's set his sights on the 4 of Justin Krasniewski. So I think it's pretty safe to say that middle line may start to be coming in here tonight. Only 17 laps, or really it was 16 laps in. Now Trevor all the way to the outside wall there. Krasniewski a little bit of issues again. Trevor Polo going to get the nose inside here, see what he can do entering 3. Going to be side by side here. I think Polo's going to have the exit speed, and yes, he's going to clear the 4. So really it's looking like just 2 really close packs here. You get the one battling for the lead here, and then you get the one battling for 4th back there. 9 Trevor Polo taking an early lead here. Looking for back-to-back wins here. We've already seen that once this week with Michael Araya in the Upper Edge Racing race at Auto Club Speedway. It was Thursday night, so we'll have to see if we can get a 2 back-to-back victories. Here again, we saw it earlier Thursday. Now we might be able to see it here tonight. You see Trevor Polo already pulling away with a pretty demanding lead here. 7/10 of a second going to be the gap now, and now the 4 and 66 going to battle side by side. Well, there's a quick little battle there. 66 Chester Gibson going to pull it off from the 4. It's looking like Krasniewski may have the short run speed here tonight. And starting to look like that car may be just falling off pace just a little bit. Only in the 3rd position, so hasn't lost too much ground yet, but you gotta look behind him. Because now you got the 4, or the 24, excuse me, Thomas Bressi, and then the 7 and the 10 not far behind them. 23 of Casey Shue falling off that main pack a little bit, along with the 25 Tyler Hensley. Now the 18 of Briar LaPrade, who missed the grid initially, as we said earlier, is 25 seconds back. So it's looking like he might be in danger of getting or going a lap down here. You can see the leader's just off turn 4 now, so thinking maybe 10 laps, that car may be in danger of going a lap down here. Looking back here, a battle for the 4th position slowly brewing between the 24, Thomas Bressi, and the 7, Cole Bagunia. '24 really been riding that middle to outside line all night, just like Rapolo trying to get it worked in here. Now the 7, Cole Bagunia, going to have a nose inside. Most likely we'll have the preferred line here entering 1. We'll see what he can do with the 24. But what we've seen here tonight, that middle seems to get very good exit speed, as we just saw there. And as you can see now, the 4, Justin Krasniewski, falling into the clutches of the 24 and 7, so now it's really going to be a battle for the 3rd position. Krasniewski, another little blink there. 7 car losing just a little bit of ground, so looking like the 4 and 24 are going to go at it. I saw earlier the 4 of Justin Krasniewski running the middle outside line just like the 24 was, so possibly experimenting early here. 24 going to take the inside approach there, and we'll clear the 4 with ease. Well, as I say that, 4 with a little bit of exit speed there. Still got a little bit of a nose in there, but I believe entering 1 here, 24 is going to have the spot. So Krasneski with the early lead there. So far 14 laps led for that Ford machine. Slowly losing positions, so it's looking like that car may be a short run car here tonight. And with how long this race is and how short or how small the field is, I don't think you're going to see too many cautions tonight. So the 4 and the 7 so far are really the closest cars on track here tonight. That's how spread out everyone is tonight. As you can see, really everyone slowly migrating up to that outside groove. Didn't think we'd see it too much tonight, but obviously I was wrong, as really it's looking like everyone's going up there. So obviously the 9 and the 24 have worked it in pretty well tonight. Speaking of the 9, currently leading with a 1.3 second gap, so slowly pulling away from the 66 Chester Gibson. We're slowly closing in here to lap 30. Race kind of gone by fairly quickly here tonight. Again, green flag runs will help race pace here tonight. Like the 7 Cole Bagoon are going to try and stick the nose in here on the 4, Justin Krasneski. Gonna be side by side off turn 4. If I was Krasneski, I'd be a little bit worried here of maybe what I can do to try and get some speed back in this 4, because again, small field, probably not going to have a lot of cautions here, and if you're only good on the short runs, well, on lap 80, it's not going to be looking too good. Again, around lap 75 to 80 laps going to be the margin on fuel, so looking at maybe a 1-stop race, possibly 2, depending on how close we get to those guesstimates. 4 going to hold on to that spot as of now, but here comes the 7 again, trying to stick another nose in there. Gonna be very close off a 2 in terms of a nose to quarter panel there. Again, the 4 going to keep the spot, but the 7 going to try it again there. The 4 going high, 7's going to have no choice but to go to the inside groove. Go on board here with the 7 machine, Cole Bagoon. You can hear 30 laps into a run, tires, I don't think we'll see too bad of tire wear here tonight. Could see some slipping and sliding at some point with sun being out. I know that can really ruin the track in terms of handling, but be side by side for that position. See what Cole Bagoon can do here into 1. Going to be very close again with that nose to the 4's quarter panel there. Again, that 4 just with the high side there. That high side, just very good exit speed. Off of both 2 and 4 again, very close there. A little bit close for comfort there, and here comes the 10. Michael Malone going to try and challenge that 5 for the 5th spot. Excuse me, that 7 for the 5th spot. Those battling so close, it's let the 10 catch up a little bit. Update on the leader. The gap is stabilized at about 1.2 seconds between Trevor Polo, Chester Gibson there for 1 and 2. So far, you're watching the best battle on track right now. Looking like the 7 just going to back off a little bit, try and regain some momentum, then maybe give it another shot here at the 4. All the way up to that outside wall. Looking like he lost a little bit of speed there, because now the 7 all over the rear bumper of him. And then you got the 10, Michael Malone, all over the rear bumper of the 7. We're right on board here with the 10 of Michael Malone. Should give you the best view of this battle, should they start going side by side again. See Michael all the way down to that inside line, looking like he may have a nose in there. Almost went 3 wide there. 4 going to lose some speed off turn 4. It's going to allow the 7 and 4 to get side by side. It's looking like that 7 already has the 4 clear, but I wouldn't say that too quickly. Yeah, that outside groove almost into the wall goes the 4. Had to check up there a little bit. I imagine, yeah, here comes the 10, Michael Malone, to take advantage of that. Obviously that 4 car not handling to the liking of Justin Krasniewski as of right now. So far only in the 5th position, but in danger of losing that position. Car right behind him, the 10, Michael Malone. So it's looking like we're closing in here on halfway to a fuel run. So that'll give Krasniewski a little bit of a chance once we get to that fuel, or when we come to green flag pit stops, what should be green flag pit stops, a little chance to regroup. Not quite sure where he's going to be, but he's hoping he can stay just snugged in there in that 5th position. Just to give you an idea of how quick a pace Trevor Polo is running. 2nd place, about 1.4 seconds back, but then you go back to 3rd place, and that's about 4.7 seconds back, so Trevor putting on a heck of a run here tonight. 10, Michael Malone looking inside the 4. Thought he had a run there. See if he has anything here exiting 2, possibly going into 3. I think I've seen Michael tonight move up to that outside groove, so obviously he still thinks inside is the way to go. I think entering the corner, that's really where most of the speed is, but it's the exit speed that really gets you on that outside. 4 of Krasniewski and the 7 Cole Baguni going back at it there. The 4 wants that 4th position back. Krasniewski maybe finding a little more speed there in the 4 machine. 7 Cole Baguni going to pull away just a little bit more. So looking at about 4th through this race so far. Another 40 laps or so. We're looking at probably green flag pit stops here. Should we not get another caution? Trevor Polo actually going to come down here, so early stops. Heard fuel-wise they could probably go that long, but I'm guessing tires were a whole different issue. Either that or something amiss possibly on the 9 of Trevor Polo. We'll have to see should the 66 come in. Keep an eye on how long the 9 Trevor Polo stays on pit road. It's looking like just a 4 tire stop there for the 9 Trevor Polo, currently a lap down, so. And here comes everybody else. 24 Thomas Bresci, 25 Tyler Hensley, so obviously fuel-wise they could probably go that long, but I'm guessing tires they didn't feel too confident, so cut that margin in, or cut that guesstimate in half, and that's what we're looking at. So Chester Gibson now on pit road. Cole Bagunier will take over the lead. Michael Malone just behind him, and then the 4, Justin Krasniewski, obviously lost that spot to the 10. So if that's the case, looking at probably a 3-stop race here tonight, possibly 4. No, going to be looking at around 3. So Bagunier stays out for another lap here. So everyone but the top 4 so far has come down to make their green flag stop. '66 Chester Gibson just coming off pit road, so leader's just right there. See if he can make any ground up, possibly get his lap back here before these guys come in. However, Trevor Polo looking like he's already taken his lap back, so this most likely, these round of green flags pit stops most likely just spread out the field just a little bit more. Have to see where the 66 Chester Gibson is in relation to the 9 of Trevor Polo. Chester going to go by the 4 there, now hunting down the 10 and the 7. Obviously, you can see a huge speed difference there between old tires and new. So with that pass, that'll put Chester Gibson back on the lead lap. 24, Thomas Bressie not far behind him. So really, when everything shakes out, 66 and the 24, that's going to be the battle for second. And then Chester Gibson 10 seconds away from the 9, Trevor Polo, who will take over the lead here. So obviously, yeah, it's going to spread out the field quite a bit more here. 10, Michael Malone on pit road. 7 and 4 still yet to come down, along with the 18. So I'm going to stay out one more lap here. Have to see when he will come down, and then for Justin Krasniewski, again, I don't see much of a benefit really to staying out here, because I just saw the leaders go back by them, so they're going to be quite a ways back here from the leader once everything cycles around. Chester Gibson slowly working down the gap between him and Trevor Polo there for what will be first and second. And then this is going to be the battle for second once everything cycles around. Three leaders still staying out here. Let's go on board here with the 24, Thomas Bressie. Actually, you can see a little bit of damage there on that right side. Not quite sure where he got that. May have been towards the exit of a corner. We know he likes to run the high side there, so it's looking like that has bit him tonight. Leaders again still staying out. Briar LaPrade has come down pit road, it's looking like. No, he's 9 has just gotten by him, Trevor Polo. So again, not much benefit, and that's what we're seeing so far here. So Trevor about 10 seconds away from Justin, and with these 2 leaders here running 2 seconds slower than the 9. Just an example, Cole's last lap there, 32.129 compared to Trevor's 30.407. So obviously a huge speed difference there. Yeah, that lap alone, Trevor cuts down 2 seconds off the gap between him and Justin. So I'd imagine these guys would want to come down pretty quickly here, because again, you're just losing more and more time on track. As you can see, these guys caught up in some pretty heavy lap traffic. For Justin Krasniewski just having to work around the traffic himself. So that would be why they're losing so much time to the 9. You can hear how much Justin has to work the throttle. So obviously an ill-handling race car from him. Again, I'm not quite sure why he doesn't come down pit road. Again, just not much of an advantage I see to staying out. 7/10 between him and the 7 Cole Bagugna. And that 9 again just closing in very quickly here. They're at about 3.7 seconds and quickly closing is the gap. And then Chester Gibson about 6.4 seconds back, so he's closed the gap down a considerable amount. You can see the 4 Justin Krasniewski now coming down pit road, so that'll leave 7 Cole Bagugna, the only one left who has not come down pit road. Actually, the 18 Briar LaPrade has not made his stop yet either. So I'm thinking the guesstimate of when to stop was just fuel, and obviously these guys fueling tires wearing very quickly here needed to stop about half of that. So Cole going to stay out another lap here, but here comes the leader, Trevor, or what will be the leader, Trevor Polo here, only a second back. We'll ride on board here and just show you how quickly he can close the gap here. Yeah, about a turn there, and he's already to the back bumper. So he's going to get the lead here very easily. So now Cole's going to have to possibly consider pitting here, but we'll have to see. So as the 9 Trevor Polo cycles back out in front, we're going to take a quick break here, and you won't miss anything as we go side by side. 63 laps down here in the books here for the Charlotte 250, the High Voltage Racing League, presented by RK Productions. Trevor Polo, as we said before the break here, took over the lead from the 7 Cole Begunia, and as I said, there wasn't much of a benefit to staying out here because now the 4, 7, and 18 all a lap down. So you can see Justin Krasniewski looking like either 2 laps down now or just going down a lap. You saw under that break the 7 Cole Begunia just finally coming down along with the 18 of Briar LaPrade. So looking like the 4 is going to be able to drive around, but again, not too much of a benefit here. The 4, Justin Krasniewski, going to get his lap back right there. But again, there wasn't much of a benefit there because it just really hurts you towards the longer portion of the run, both track-wise and time-wise. So we'll have to see where the 7 is in relation to these two. Yeah, he's on the back straightaway, and the leader's just on the front straightaway. So obviously he has a lot of ground to make up. Not quite sure if he'll even be able to make it all the way back to at least get his lap back. So first and second spread out about 6 seconds. 66 Chester Gibson. Again, the gap there. Not much of a fight there. And the 24 Thomas Brescia, even with all that damage, holding on to third, about 3 seconds back. And just behind him, 4 Michael Malone, 8 seconds back. So obviously, this field a lot more spread out due to the long green flag run we're having here. Looking like we're going to go all the way green here with how spread out we are, unless we see someone spin it off the back straight or off a corner. But just past under 100 laps to go. So again, this race is winding down very quickly here. So these guys pitting around lap 40, that's going to make this around a 3-stop race. Obviously, the 7 Cole Begunia thinks he can do it, hit it around lap 60, so maybe a 2-stop race he's trying to go for here. Be interesting to see if that works out, but again, very far behind these leaders here. Justin slowly closing in, the 23 Casey Shue. That is a battle for position. It'd be the battle for 6th. We're right on board here with the 4 of Krasniewski. You see he started that entrant or the entry to turn 1 there high and then works his way down low. Now side by side with the 23 and easily going to get by 23 there. And now he'll work on the 25, excuse me, that's actually the 18, Briar LaPrade, 1 lap down. So only 7 cars left on the lead lap out of the 9, I guess 10 if consider Nate Lackme, who started this race. Nate, obviously, or as we said earlier, pulling off lap 1, starting and parking, did not have the equipment tonight to be able to race. So just to ensure that iRacing makes sure he starts this race. Just made 1 lap around and pulls it in. Still on pit road, surprisingly. Actually, I believe that might just be the car. See the 25, Tyler Hensley, just out in front of the 4, Justin Krasniewski. So that's the car he's chasing down. The gap to the leader has extended 1 second. So Chester Gibson now about 7.3 seconds behind the leader here. And we'll ride on board here with Krasniewski as he chases down the 25 here. Overall, just looking for the best battles on track here tonight, and this would be the best one because that gap is the closest really any of the cars are to each other here tonight. A lot of green flag racing and a lot of differing pitch strategies will get a field like this. So. Brzezinski's still working that outside line, but you can see he's taking a different approach as he enters high and then exits towards the middle line. You can see how well that works for him at the exit speed he got. I say looking like he's going to try the same thing here, 3 and 4, but no, he's going to keep it high all the way around. And just in front of this 25, he's going to have a long ways to go to get the 4th position away from the 10, Michael Malone, because he's about 8 seconds back. So nose inside the 24 here, or 25, excuse me. He's going to get that position away. So again, yeah, you can see already the gap is updated there. So long ways away if he wants to get up to the 4th position. Really, it's the pitch strategy he took. I mean to keep reiterating this, but I just absolutely don't see a reason to stay out that long. Again, green flag pit stops probably going to be all night. Don't think we're going to get a caution, so I'm guessing these guys trying to do it on 2 stops would be my best guess. So maybe see them again around the 120 mark. That's my guesstimate. Might be coming in earlier. I don't think they'll be coming in later though. Seven here, Cole Baguni got his lap back, so currently on the lead lap, just ahead of Trevor Polo. Currently chasing down 23, Casey Shue. And the 7 car got some speed to be able to take that 7th place away from the 23. So be right on board. And this is all really just fresher tires there on the 7. That allows him to get such a good run. And with that, 7th car most likely going to pull away here along with the 4 of Justin Krasnowski, that battle we were just watching earlier. So all these guys really spread out. And 18 Briar LaPrade, the only car left a lap down after 7 and 4 got their lap back. And 25 has blown his motor. I believe he hit the wall, and that's going to be our first caution of the night. So that may be shaking around a lot of strategies here tonight. I had heard an engine blow just ahead of the battle we were watching. And something, possibly a loose entrance. 25, no, just got loose on the front straightaway there. Wow, upside down goes the 25. 7 through the grass to avoid him. Very bizarre. We're right on board here with the 7. Actually, we'll go to view where you can kind of, nope, can't really see the wheel there. That's pretty weird. He just got loose down the front straightaway, and looking like that's probably going to end his night tonight. So this shakes up just about everything. Now the 66, Chester Gibson, has another shot at the 9. Trevor Polo, I'll have to see if these guys come down pit road, which, yeah, I imagine they would. because they were probably closing in on their next green flag stop. So this will most likely be it. You can see the Ford Justin Krasniqi not taking a chance on this one. 7 of Cole Bagunia as well. Casey Shu and Brian LaPrade going to stay up to get the lucky dog, and he will be able to come down pit road as well. And Nate Lackme has disconnected fully from the session now. So now it'll be Tyler Hensley who sits on pit road with the blown motor here tonight. So, and believe it or not, that's been our only caution here tonight. Might see some more restarts tend to breed caution, or excuse me, cautions, I guess, tend to breed cautions. We'll get a quick race recap from what we've seen so far here tonight. Lap 83 out of 166. Again, this has been our only caution here tonight for 2 caution laps so far, and only seen 5 lead changes tonight. And this car we're watching here, the 9 Trevor Polo, been so stout here tonight. 50 laps led already tonight. And looking like 2 for 2, very realistic with how strong that car is so far. Then we'll get a quick look at our weather here tonight. Skies so far looking partly cloudy with an air temperature of 85 and a track temperature of 110, both degrees Fahrenheit. And then, as we've seen all season, 55% humidity tonight. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much this restart shakes everything up. Because now the Ford Justin Krasniqi got off pit road second there. Michael Malone going to be third. Chester Gibson fourth and Cole Bagunia fifth. So Chester maybe a problem there on pit road as he's going to lose 2 spots. So all cars still running on the lead lap tonight. So the 18 Brian LaPrade just coming off pit road now after getting the lucky dog. So 8 cars here still with a chance at a victory here tonight. 24 of Thomas Bresci took an extended stay on pit road, and for good reason. You can see last time we were on board here with the 24, that front end was that right side was pretty well up in the air. Now you can see it's pretty flat, so he's done a really good job actually getting the damage repaired on that. Looks 10 times better, so have to see how it runs now. Again, didn't lose too much time on track. He was still running in the 3rd position, as I believe we just got the 1 to go. But lost about 3 spots on pit road, but I would say it's worth it with what might be our only caution here tonight. So Trevor Polo going to take the outside line here. Not too surprising with how dominant we've seen him on the high side. So that'll leave 2 cars who I believe have been the fastest all night tonight on the front row. Again, it's looking like Justin has a short run car. Only good for maybe around 20 laps, and then just seems to start to lose a bit of pace. So have to see what he can do on this restart. Again, they'll be going on the green flag, so be going green on lap 86 tonight on this restart, and it looking like it might be our only restart of the night. So pace car is pulled down, green flag in the air, the 9 is off, and a good jump by the 9. Going to easily clear the 4 here as they go into 1. Immediately down to that bottom line. Four car not too far behind the 9 of Trevor Polo. Might lose a spot here to the 66. Now he's going to power off turn 4 here, almost with the nose on the outside. Now he's going to cross over to the inside. Now they're going to be side by side for the lead. Justin Krasniqi led that lap, and he's going to be clear of the 9 here. What a power move off turn 4. So put Justin Krasniewski back on top here. But again, I don't think it'll be for too long here, as it's only really a short run car that 4 is tonight. Now the 9 having to deal with the 66 of Chester Gibson, who's been one of the fastest cars here tonight, been second most of the night. Oh, and he gets loose again on the apron. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he can. What a save. We've seen it so many times here tonight where he gets to the apron and just loses it just about. Could have been much worse there. I'll have to see what exactly it was. I believe it's just a really sharp entrance into the corner. It's what gets him loose. So he almost pinned down there by the 9, and then entering the corner, the thing just snaps loose on him. And he does an amazing job to make sure it doesn't go too far around on him. He hasn't lost much time here. Gonna go by the 18, Briar LaPrade there. Have to see how well he can work his way back up to the front. Got a pretty good battle for the 3rd position here. 3 cars under a blanket there. All chasing down the 24 of Thomas Gressy there, who's been really all night working that middle to outside line, and somewhere here he's been able to take the 2nd position away from the 9 Trevor Polo here. And he's been a car who's been fast all night as well. Really seen him around the top 3 all night. And showing some speed here. Again, the 4 Justin Krasniewski pulling off a little bit, but we've seen so far it's been a short run car. So we'll have to see if Thomas Gressy can take advantage of that. Obviously the car's got speed with the damage they were able to repair. So that won't be an issue tonight. Question's going to be how close can he get to the wall again without hitting it, or possibly hitting it again. Like the 9 Trevor Polo getting a good run here on the 24. We'll go right on board with him. Just taking the same line as Krasniewski did earlier, with starting middle, exiting low. See, now the 24 pulling away just a little bit from the 9 here. We got a pretty good battle back here. 7, Cole Baguni, and the 10, Michael Malone going at it. Those two been around each other basically all night so far. And bumper to bumper they are right now. We're right on board here with the 10. And we get side by side here with the 7. Like both with an equal run down the back straight, or down the front straightaway. Have to see how good of an exit the 10 can get here. The 7 all the way up there, we know that gets the best exit speed here tonight. Still side by side. It's looking like the 7 may have the speed to be able to clear the 10 here. No, the 10's fighting back surprisingly. And still side by side for that 4th position here. Looks like the 10 may have had better exit speed off turn 2. Yeah, he's going to be able to clear the 7 here. Let's put the 10, Michael Malone, up to the 4th position. As again, the 9 looking to get a nose underneath the 24 here. Not going to be able to get it that time. You see the 4 slowly closing into the bumper of the 24. We're right on board here with the 9 again. Polo with good middle speed there. Going to get the nose underneath the 24 there. I think we went 3 wide, just about. Almost worked out for the 9. Had to get off the throttle just a little bit. Imagine he possibly got a little bit tight there. And here comes the 24 trying to battle for the lead there. Got the nose underneath, but the 4 going to have the better exit speed off turn 2. Closing in here at lap 100. And this race just really flying by here. Look how close we have for a battle for the lead here. 4 cars under a blanket there. 24 Thomas Bressi takes the lead away from the 4 Justin Kuznetski. Here comes the 9 Trevor Polo underneath the 4. He'll take that position away. And the 10 Michael Malone trying to follow underneath as well. Gonna be side by side off turn 2 between the 10 and the 4. Justin gonna have the better exit speed off 2. Don't look now. Here comes the 7 Cole Baguni there, that 5th position. And up front, battle for the lead now. 9 Trevor Polo has the nose underneath the 24. Gonna be side by side as we enter 1. The 24 have the better exit speed off turn 2 there. Here comes the 9 again, trying to stick the nose underneath. Now it's going to be side by side for the lead here. 24 led that lap. We'll have to see who comes around this lap as the leader. 24 really in the best spot in terms of exit speed. We've seen the Highline all night be able to get good exit speed off turn 2, but it looked like the 9 had some good speed off turn 2 that time around. Trevor just going to fall in behind the 24 now. Cool it down and give it another run here later. For Justin Kuznetski again losing spots here. That long run speed looking like it's fallen off. Michael Malone is taking the 3rd spot away, and now it's going to be a battle for the 4th position here. Between the 7 Cole Baguni and the 4 Justin Kuznetski. So just going to fall back to the 5th position here. Chester Gibson about 1.2 seconds behind. The battle for the lead still pretty hot here. 9 Trevor Polo tried to give it another run that last time around, but did not have the speed. So while this battle goes on, we'll take a quick break here. Won't go away, as we'll go side by side here, and we'll be green flag racing to the end. To the end. You saw the pass live there. 9 Trevor Polo getting the lead back around from the 24 of Thomas Bressi here. Just closing in on 50 laps to go here in the Charlotte 250 for the High Voltage Racing League, powered by RK Productions. Looking like a couple cars have come down pit road here. 7 of Briar LaPrade and the 18, or excuse me, the 7 of Cole Begunia and the 18 of Briar LaPrade. So they've come down pit road here, possibly making their last stop. They should be good on fuel, so they might be playing the pit strategy game perfectly here. As this battle for the lead still pretty hot here. 24 and the 9 have really been locking bumpers ever since the pass has been made. Just behind him, the 66 Chester Gibson and the 10 Michael Malone going at it as well. They were very close, and now 66 pulling away just a little bit. So the 7 and 18, when they made their stops, obviously they've gone a lap down, but when everyone else pits, they should get that lap back and should take the lead, should everything work out the way they had planned. So now Trevor Polo slowly pulling away here from the 24, Thomas Bressi. And what was looking to be a pretty good battle between the 10 and 66. Now we see the 24 pulling into pit road here, Thomas Bressi. So he obviously saw what the 7 and 18 were doing. So he's going to try that same strategy. Have to see if anybody else comes down here. I think it's just going to be the 24. Have to see if the 9, 66 follows suit. 9 going to stay out on track here. Bressi going to come out. 4-tire stop for him. Going to be a lap down as well, but should be in a pretty good position once everything cycles out here. Again, really everyone just kind of strung out now. We're just under 50 laps to go here tonight. Again, pretty incredible how this race has been flying by. Only one caution here tonight. It was a single car wreck with the 25, Tyler Hensley, getting loose on the front straightaway and ending his night. And it looked like he had disconnected from the server, but it's looking like he is back on pit road there, so looking to get the engine fixed. Not going to make a lot of spots up here. '66 Chester Gibson having the 7 Cole Begunia go by him. Cole going to probably get to the 9 here pretty quickly here with the fresh tires he's got. And will unlap himself. Briar LaPrade just behind him as well. When everything cycles out, it should be these two battling for the lead. And which, again, that stop the 7 and 18 made most likely will be the final stop of those two, should the guesstimates got earlier be correct on how long these guys can go on fuel. I think it'll really be the tires that will hold them back. Oh, and the 18 going to go around. Some contact there by the 9. Just going to tap the inside wall there. Going to come back out on track, going to stop, and now the caution's going to be out. somewhat saw that one coming with him pulling back out on the track. Have to see what happened here. Possibly thought he was clear there, and then a little bit of contact there, obviously, with the 9. So again, that's going to change just about everything up here. 66 again, going to have another shot at it, along with everyone else in this field. So everyone who comes down, this will most likely be their final stop. Will they make their way down pit road? Cole Baguni, you're going to stay out here, along with the 18 of Briar LaPrade and the 24 of Thomas Bressi. Actually, the 24 are going to get the waiver, or the lucky dog. As everyone makes their stops, they're going to take another quick break here and then take it all the way to the checkered flag here. We'll be right back. Just taking one to go here, Charlotte, the Charlotte 250 for the High Voltage Racing League, presented by RK Productions. They're on lap 123 here tonight, so about 43 laps to go. This restart should be fairly interesting here, as everyone's probably going to be done with pit stops here, so I believe what everyone has here, unless we get another caution, is what everyone's going to have to deal with. See 4 people there, but or 4 cars there. One of these guys just trying to catch up to the field here. Justin Krasneski getting there. Thomas Bressi, Briar LaPrade, and Casey Shue still on track here tonight. So all trying to get back up there, and all had to take the wave around due to some pitch strategy. But pace car going to pull down here. Trevor Polo actually going to take the inside lines. That's all last time took the outside. And the green flag back out. Michael Malone just to his outside. And Chester Gibson right behind him. 7, Cole Bagunia, very aggressive here. 10, Michael Malone was not able to stay up front towards the restart there, and Cole Bagunia just trying to find any hole he can right now. Comes to 66, Chester Gibson under the 9. And try and stick a nose under there. Michael Malone got forced a little bit high there. That's a 3-car battle for the lead here. Cole Bagunia working very hard to get up to the front there. The bottom of the track, some good exit speed off turn forward is going to let him get side by side with the 9 here, Trevor Polo. It's looking like the 7 may be able to clear the 9 here as we exit 2. Nine possibly going to try and cross over here. No, he's going to let the 7 keep it for now. 40 laps to go. Have a new leader here in Charlotte. 7, Cole Bagunia had led 15 laps prior due to staying out on a log green flag run. And absolutely powers by the 9 of Trevor Polo. Seven, Cole Bagunia already has a win on the season earlier in Phoenix, so looking to make 2 for the season. Would definitely help him out in the chase bracket. And 5th on bat, or 1 through 5, fairly close on the racetrack here. You can see 5 cars under a blanket. Justin Krasneski has fallen out of that pack, along with the 23, Casey Shue, and the 18 of Briar LaPrade. 24, Thomas Bressi on the outside of the 9. Still side by side as we enter 1 there. The 9 getting possibly a little loose. And now he'll have to fall in behind the 24. Now he's got a hard charging Michael Malone and Chester Gibson right behind him. Not much ground has been made up to try and get up to the 7 of Cole Bagunia. Still got the top 5 really all under a blanket here. Justin Krasneski able to catch up just a little bit on this field. Michael Malone trying to make a move there on the 66. Chester Gibson has a little bit of a nose here as they exit 4. Doesn't look like the 10 will have much of a run, however. Seven of Cole Bagunia just out in front by 4/10 of a second over the 24 of Thomas Bressi. All cars behind him, single file. Nine, Trevor Polo still has some ground to make up if he wants to get back up to the lead here. 24 of Thomas Ressler is able to get by him and has not been able to get by since. Now the 66 Chester Gibson going to try and get by the 9 here. And Trevor should have the preferred line entering 1. No, the 66 is going to easily get by him here. So obviously that 9 not handling too well here. And losing spots. Now the 10, Michael Malone going to try and get below him. But the 9's going to cut him off before that happens. Chester Gibson currently in the 3rd position here, trying to get by 24 Thomas Bressie. The gap slowly shrinking to Cole Baguni, now 3/10 of a second. Mike Malone now losing a spot to the 4, Justin Krasneski. Again, a little bit more ground being made up. Thomas is there on the 7, Cole Baguni, so possibly a short run car. That 7's got under it tonight. It'll be interesting to see, as with 29 laps to go here, who's going to be able to drive it into Victor Lane. Trevor Polo already with 71 laps led here tonight. Have to see if he can make his way back up to the front. Currently in the 4th position. Chester tries to get a nose underneath the 24 there. 24 going to block him off. And very close off turn 4 here. Here comes the 66. Now he's got a nose underneath. I don't think he has the speed good enough to get by the 24 here. I think that hurt him a little bit. Another 9, Trevor Polo, going to be all over him. A little bit of a block there by the 24. 9 tried to make the move. Was not able to. Now the 24 and 66 going to be side by side here. And the 7 right up in front. Closest racing we've seen all night here tonight. 66 a little bit tight off turn 2 there. A little bit of contact between him and the 24. That's going to allow the 24 to pull away. Chester going to try again on the inside there. Ooh, 24 a little bit loose there as they enter the tri-oval. See how much that hurts him. Don't think it'll be too bad. 66 with the advantage. Have to see what they get off turn 2 here. On board here at the 66 has the chance to put the nose inside of the 7 of Cole Baguni. Have to see what he can do off turn 4 here. As we close in 25 laps to go here this time. All these cars in the top 5 have earned a win this season, with the exception of Chester Gibson there in that 66. Looking for his first one tonight. Has a very good shot at it. This is like pack racing you'd see at Daytona, and we're only at a 1.5 mile racetrack here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Chester trying all he can on that inside line to try and get a run on the 7, but so far nothing has worked. He's got the nose underneath. Now he's side by side with the 7 here. Might be able to do something off turn 4. .24 now beneath the 66 here, or behind. And Chester will now take the lead. 24 a little bit tight there, push the 7 wide. And here comes the 4 to make it 3 wide. Almost 3 wide there. So Chester Gibson has taken control of this race with only 23 laps to go. And slowly pulling away as all these guys behind them are racing side by side. If they keep like this, it's going to allow Chester to pull out to a pretty stellar margin. It's looking like Thomas Bressi is going to be able to get the second position away from Cole here. And Trevor Polo trying to work his way back up there. Currently in the 5th position. As you can see, everyone running that higher line. And that's the line that's working. Here we go, 3 wide here for the 3rd position. Trevor through the grass a little bit, almost lost it. What a save. That's going to hurt him a little bit. You can see Cole Baguni has dropped off to the 5th position here. With all that's gone on, that's allowed Chester Gibson to pull away with about a second lead as we close in to 20 laps to go here. Again, looking for win number 1 on the season, that 66 is. Thomas Bressi looking for win 2, along with Justin Krasneski. Trevor Polo trying to make it 3 wins on the season. Or excuse me, 4 wins. Guys behind him still racing pretty hard. The 4 and the 9 going at it. They'll be side by side off turn 4 here. Thomas Bressi in second, not far behind him. Almost 3 wide. There's the 9. Trevor Polo going to stick his nose underneath. And should have a good run here off turn 2. Going to have the advantage here as we enter 3. And we'll be clear of the 24, so now he sets his sights on the 66 here. The car he's really been battling all night. Chester been second most of the night here. Currently with a 1.3 second gap. 18 laps to go here. Times that last time around, Chester with a 31.016 and Trevor with a 30.978. So about a 10th difference there. Have to see what it is this time around. As so far, Trevor has chopped off 2/10, now 3/10. That last time around, Chester with a 31.125, Trevor with a 30.937. Again, we've already seen one back-to-back victory here on Full Throttle TV this week, with Michael Araya going back-to-back in the Upper Edge Racing League there. We might be able to see 2 times here tonight. We got the gap there. We'll go right on board here with the 9. 16 laps to go, coming to 15. And 66 Chester Gibson riding for his life here. Seven tenths now the gap. 6 tenths now. Slowly closing in, that 9 is. Been undoubtedly the best car on track all night tonight. Through qualifying, through practice, it's been fastest car on track. And he'd so love to finish it off in victory lane here tonight with a perfect night. 2 tenths now. And you can see just how quickly in 2 laps that 9 has been able to close on the 66. Chester was able to get that lead while these really that whole pack back there was battling side by side. And now in clean air, that 9 all over the back bumper now of the 66. "13 laps to go, and Trevor is there. again. You can see right on the back bumper now. Almost pushing him down the back straightaway. Now watch this exit speed off 4 here. Thought he'd get better than that, but should be able to close up right to the back bumper. Twelve laps to go now. Here's the exit speed we should be able to see off turn 2 here. You can see he's able to close right to the back bumper, but I think passing him might be a whole different story here. Here's the speed. Be able to get to the outside of the 66. What can he do with that? He's been strong on the outside all night. Haven't been able to really see him get back up there. But with 10 laps to go, I believe the 9 is going to try the crossover. Not going to do it. Back behind them, 24 and the 4 going at it. Look like the 4 almost turned the 24 of Thomas Bressi there. 4 is going to get the nose inside there. And we'll get the 3rd position away here. Not quite clear of the 24 yet. Well, now he is. So move Justin Krasniewski up to the 3rd position. Don't think he'll be able to clear him. Now here comes the 24, Thomas Bressi. They're going to make a little bit of contact there. Possibly. I think that might have been Nico just a little bit. But you saw the 24 blink. So I don't think there was any real contact there. But either way, put the 4 up into the 3rd position. And again, I don't think he'll have the time to get up to these 2 leaders, but 9 Trevor Polo again has not been able to do anything there with the 66 of Chester Gibson. Been able to get to the bumper, but has not made a move yet. Possibly waiting for later in the race. I'm not quite sure why he would, but times have somewhat equaled out now, with the 66 running a 31.438 and the 9 of Trevor Polo running a 31.457. And here goes the 9, gonna stick the nose underneath here as they go high, or the 66 goes high. Side by side off 4, and the 9 is gonna be able to clear the 66. With 7 laps to go, Trevor Polo gonna reclaim the lead here. Let's watch that move as it happened. Entering 3 here, looking like the 9 got the 66 just a little bit loose there, because the 66 shot up the track just a little bit there as they got into 3. No, there's no contact there. Just Chester had to go all the way to the top of the racetrack. And now you can see the gap extending there. 6 laps to go. Krasniewski closed down 2/10 so far on Chester. So obviously not quick enough to be able to get up to battle for the lead there. Cole Bagugni, who had been so stout there, has already dropped back to the 6th position. Had a very strong restart, but unfortunately he had a short run car with what was looking like the 4 Justin Krasniewski had as well. So just 5 laps remaining now. That gap 5/10, now 6/10 of a second. So it's looking like back to back. It's becoming very realistic here. Looking at seeing it 2 times in 1 week. Krasniewski now looking like a pretty good shot at being able to take that 3rd position, or excuse me, that 2nd position away from Chester. Closing the gap a little bit. Now 1.1 seconds is the gap. 9/10 of a second. Slowing down just a little bit there, but... And just to give you an idea of the speed difference there, they got equal as the 9 had to stay behind Chester, but last lap around, Trevor Polo ran a 31.522, the 66 of Chester Gibson a 31.730. So 2/10 better that 9 car was. It was just a matter of getting up into clean air yet again. So 2 laps to go. Either way, this race is over. Krasneski 7/10 of a second behind the behind the 66 of Chester Gibson here. Slowly closing the margin. Not sure if he's going to be able to get to them. I don't believe so, as he loses a bit more time. So Trevor Polo coming around to take the white flag. The second time, or the second time this season, or fourth time this season. Wouldn't say he had the best car last week, but was able to get the win there for the 3rd time in the season, and now, obviously, or undoubtedly, the best car here tonight. He's going to take it to victory lane for back-to-back wins and the 4th race of the season. Trevor Polo, victory lane yet again here at Charlotte. Chester Gibson will come home 2nd, Justin Krasneski 3rd, Thomas Bressi 4th, and Michael Malone 5th. And Cole Bagunia 6th, Casey Shue 7th, Brian LaPratt 8th, Tyler Hensley with Blown Motor 9th, and Nate Lackme of Starting Park 10th. So Trevor Polo come around to the front straightaway to do burnouts for the 4th time this season. Again, back-to-back from Watkins Glen last week. And 4 wins on the season. Most of anybody in the series so far. So he'll burn them down. Justin Krasneski going to go to the front straightaway. Congratulate him. While he does the burnouts, we'll wait for people to cycle into TeamSpeak here to get some interviews done. And then we'll do some results and talk to some people. So we'll be right back.
Yep, all good. Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
And welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just finishing up here for the Charlotte 250 for the High Voltage Racing League, presented by RK Productions. We'll take you through the results here before we talk to top 3 finishers here tonight. But Trevor Polo gets back-to-back victories here, and 4 victories on the season so far, most wins of any driver. Chester Gibson come home 2nd, Justin Krasneski 3rd, Thomas Bressi 4th, then Michael Malone 5th, Cole Bagunia 6th, Casey Shue 7th, Briar LaPratt 8th, Tyler Hensley 9th, and Nate Lackme in 10th with a start in park. And that's going to be the whole field here tonight, but we'll bring in tonight's winner here, Trevor Polo. Trevor, you got us?
Hey, Justin, gotcha, man.
All right, well, undoubtedly tonight you had the best car on track. Looking like towards that final restart there was a bit of a struggle to get back towards the front there, but walk us through your race, because it seemed like a pretty easy race towards the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of those guys, Chester, he could kind of stay with me even on a long run for the first run anyway. I wasn't running away with it anyway. So he did a really good job. The wind's coming soon for that guy, I can tell. But yeah, on that last restart there, I was trying my best to just kind of be patient. Those guys all had really good short run speed, but I knew if I could let them race each other, that they would wear their stuff out in a few laps, and that's what happened. So
Yeah, as you said, Chester was able to stay with you most of the night and then got by you as you were battling side by side with one of the leaders there. And then with about 10 laps to go, it seemed like you couldn't get by him. Was that just waiting it out and seeing if he'd wear out his stuff or overdrive a corner, or was that just the dirty air and not being able to get past?
yeah, definitely a little bit of that. I mean, part of it was just, there was no real, I knew I had, after I got out of that pack with those guys racing hard, I ran them down pretty quickly. So I knew I had plenty of time. So I just didn't want to push it and wear out my tires and, chance anything. So I just kind of waited and as the laps went on and on, I knew that, the longer I could go, the better my tires would be. So just kind of being patient with it. And he was racing really, really good and clean. All those guys, they all did a good job tonight. It was fun. Only, 10 cars or something, but it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and you being one of the best out there saving tires. So back-to-back victories here and 4 wins on the season. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm surprised. Like I said, a lot of those guys are quick, so I'm having decent luck in here. I wish that luck could follow me into some of my other leagues that I run in. So I don't know. Hopefully this can build some momentum for going into the A car and UER and some of the other leagues I run in.
All right, well, congratulations on the win tonight. Again, back-to-back victories, and should see in victory lane here more often. So congratulations on that, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it, man.
Now we'll bring in second place finisher Chester Gifts, and Chester, you got us?
Yeah, I'm here. Howdy.
All right, well, ever so close to that victory there, and was really no competition for that 9 car. However, you were running second most of the night, so can't be too disappointed with that, but walk us through your race.
Yep, it was pretty good. It's kind of, once again, same story as last week, kind of disappointing to finish second. I thought I was going to get my first win there. Yeah, so I guess the first run it was fine. Trevor was faster than me. The second run, I drove into the corner too hard. I did save it, but I lost a lot of time. I was able to drive and catch more or less back up. The last run was pretty good. It was the most fun for me for sure. But I was stuck trying to pass Cole and Thomas on the outside. I was stuck on the inside for I don't even know how long it was. It felt like 10 laps, maybe it was less. And I knew that I used up my tires pretty good. And then as soon as I looked on the relative and I saw that Trevor had passed them, I knew it was just a matter of time before he caught up to me. So I just tried to not make any mistakes, but he still got by me.
As you said, second again, so even Trevor said that first win is coming. These next events, where do you feel is going to be your best chance to get that victory?
I guess I'll practice. Daytona, you never really know what's going to happen. I'll see if I can get, I'm okay at Auto Club and Darlington. I think Texas is my best track, but as it stands, I'm not going to be able to make that weekend.
All right, well, as you said, hurts to get second again, but can't be too bad knowing that win's coming. So congratulations on that, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Cole at the time. So
Daisy having a bit of issue getting him back in there, but now we'll bring in our third place finisher here, Justin Krasneski. Justin, you got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you seem to have had a fast car there for maybe the first 20 laps of a run. Is it safe to say tonight that you had a short run car there?
I wouldn't even say it was 20 laps. I'll be dead honest with you. We were horrible tonight, the whole night. I mean, you saw the first two runs, especially about the midpoint. Our car really shut off really, really well for about 10 laps, and I couldn't figure out the long run stuff to save my life. Uh, Cole and I were kind of in the same boat that first run. We were like, well, let's try making them 3 stops instead of 4 because we don't know what the heck we're doing. But yeah, that last run, I decided I wasn't going to even try to pass anybody. I was going to ride around for 20 or so laps. And about 20 to go or so, it worked out, and we were able to catch the back end of that big 5-car mess. I guess it really was 5-car mess, and work our way forwards. And I was happy to get around a couple of guys. And I think 1 or 2 more laps we could have had Chester, but it was a good night for how we ran most of the night.
I was going to ask you about that late pitting there, to put it as the best word there, but kind of answered that question already. So, as you said, it was kind of horrible all night, but was able to shoot off for a couple good laps and then fall off. But you can't be too disappointed with third.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed at all. I mean, we didn't deserve to finish third, to be honest with you. We were about a fourth or fifth place car, but we got some work to do on the mile and a half stuff because I missed it completely myself. I didn't practice enough or whatever it was, but we were okay all night, but we gotta be better than that, getting ready for the chase, and we got some work to do, but we got some time.
Yes, sir. Not in too bad a shape heading into the chase. So, congratulations on third, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you much.
All right, and that's going to wrap it up for us tonight at Charlotte. It was a pretty lengthy and pretty short race, to say the least. Only 2 cautions, I believe, tonight. So, actually, it might have been... Nope, I was right, too. I was seeing things, I guess. So, very quick race here tonight, and it leaves Trevor Polo with back-to-back victories and 4 wins on the season. So, it's pretty incredible what that car is doing, but... Next time we see you, it'll be on YouTube, and it'll be for the Hardline Racing Series at Auto Club, so hope to see you then. I'm Justin Kolb, and too bad Race couldn't be here tonight, but we know he's hoping he could be here, so we'll see you next week.